It's finally arrived. What can we say? Let's have a look. It's got a big lithium ion battery picture printed on the box. Anyway, right, let's get in this quickly. I have not been up long. I'm going to make a coffee. And we're going to put some bread in the toaster. And try and wake up before we do anything, because that's it. I have not been up long. Right, DPD. Right, a few months ago, I got contacted on one of my Facebook groups from a Chinese battery manufacturer. Chinese battery, a lifepo4 battery manufacturer in China. And they wanted me to help promote their business. They've been trading for a few years. From what I work out, it's you're getting first impressions of this, right? Because, as a lot of you know, I'm not made of money. And I've been dabbling with solar for years, and my solar system, solar power generator, whatever you want to call it, it's not anything to brag or boast about. I've got 4 100 watt panels, 2 100 amp power, 110 amp hour lead acid batteries, the cheapest I could find. Honesty, it's all about honesty. My inverter, I nicked out the motorhome when I sold that. Oh, got a coffee there. So, like, I already had the inverter. I bought that. Came in the motorhome when I bought the motorhome. So when I sold the motorhome, I kept all the solar stuff. Because I didn't have the money to go and buy, like, my own inverter. Sorry, I'll stand still now. I'm behind a spider plant. Like I said, I just woke up-ish. I can't bother to go and get a tripod. There's a spider plant in the way. So, oh look at that, toast is ready. God, I'm so not awake yet. Because I can't remember, I do not want to pronounce the name of the company that sent me these, but this was a gift for letting them advertise on the Facebook group. So, they offered a discount. Their prices are brilliant. Their prices are nearly half the price. These are well packed. So normally, I'll put it on screen. I've got all the messages. We'll be talking for about a month or so while I actually worked out a deal. Oh, that's the batteries that they sell. That's the actual picture from their website as well. They do a 100 amp, 200 amp, and a 300 amp. So they've actually sent me 2 of these. Wow, these have got Bluetooth. Apparently Bluetooth 5.0. Oh, good, look at that. You can put up to 4 of them in the bank. There's me acting like I can read this. I've not got my glasses on. So yeah, there's all the pictures and how to wire them up. Jesus, wow. Oh, we've got some, can't remember, an M8, whatever fitting now. Not nuts and bolts. Bolts and washers. It's nice. I can hear the neighbours in the garden, so they can probably hear me. And we've got a 3-pin socket on red and black cable, copper, thick cable. This is obviously for some sort of charger. This looks like the even the terminals are copper, except for the middle one because there's no wire. Is it the Super Socko TX Max, the electric motorcycle? They've got the same socket as that for charging it. It's smaller than a kettle lead. Yeah, well, I was on my toast. Nearly burnt. We don't like burnt toast. There it is. Battery. Ow! I could do that, but I couldn't do that with the lead acid. Alright, let's get opened. Like I said, excuse me, I am making my breakfast. I'll come back to this in a second. Right. While I'm sitting on the toast, get a knife. There we go. Right. Wow. Wow. I've been after a lifepo4 battery for a long time. I've even looked at small ones, like 10 amps for radio, you know, 60 quid. Been reading up on them, trying to do a bit of research and try and learn. I'm not too up to date, I'm not an expert with all the chemistry and all that. That's my little finger. Not a lot to it. It's like, I'll put the specs up on the screen. I've got to go to work soon. Pour the info up, I know about the battery. Prices. I'll drop a link where you can purchase one of these. And I said they are cheap. Yeah, that's the most I can say on it without putting some reading specs on. Marmite on my toast, by the way. What do you have on your toast? Sometimes I like honey. I go for a stage of having jam. But I do like Marmite. So, that's it. 100 amp hours. And I'm due a second one. After a couple of weeks they said they'll send me another one out. So that'll probably be in a couple of weeks. But I've had to wait about a month or so for it to get here. We finally got one here. Right, I'm going to finish my toast. The microphone on. Right, it's the next day. Bear with. Again, not long being up. I'm currently about to start my second mug of coffee. And this cable's going to get in the way. Right, so we all saw the video from yesterday. A few things I've been mentioned, forgot about. I've got them on the screen so I don't forget. I tried to think of a couple of things. Right, firstly, this company only sells through Alibaba.com. That puts off a lot of people. I've never used Alibaba. To the rest of the world, everyone uses Alibaba. It's just normal. Now, what we're talking about here is a big company, but a small company, and you're buying the batteries directly from them. So you're not paying storage, middleman costs, and all that stuff like if you went to a shop. When you message them through Alibaba, you'll speak to someone there, not a call centre miles away. I've had contact with 3 people from that company, that business, and it's been fantastic. I've not had better customer service. This way I look like I'm lying, you know, but no, honestly, we've spoke for weeks. Me and a couple of people went down to 2 people, then main person, one person, then we physically met in real life. So yeah, you're dealing with directly to an actual company. I mean, this is a big company. They've got a few staff. but it's the part of China where all things are made. You know, they make motorbikes there, radios, TVs. So moving on from that, Alibaba.com, you'll have to, some people already use it and probably shouting at me, but you have to obviously get Alibaba. Link below, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name, I can't find it. Shenzhen, Yixiang, how's Y pronounced? Shenzhen, Yixiang, no idea. So we'll put a link downstairs in the description for that. And then I'm just going to quickly mention the important thing, price. Going back to my Facebook messages, unit price 100 amp hours, $279. We get a discount. Terms and conditions will follow. $265 US. So about £15 off there, £14. So $265 to UK pounds is £213 for 100 amp hour battery, not including shipping. Shipping, I'm trying to remember and get it all in, but shipping, you have to message them when you buy it. Before you buy it, before you buy it, you have to message them, discuss shipping, because it's constantly changing, it's constantly fluctuating. They can't give you a set price because it could change the next day. So message them, but even if it's 60 quid or £100, you're still saving. It won't be, but 100 amp hour lifepo4 battery for £213, I would quite happily pay for the shipping on that, like whatever it was. I've seen these batteries from £300 to £600. There's a company at the moment I researched the other week, and they had a similar battery, 100 amp hours, and they were saying it was £600, but now it's £300. And I was like, where did it come from? So anyway, that's that battery. The 200 amp hour one is $489 US, 464 to us with a discount, and $464 US to UK sterling is £374. So £374 for a 200 amp hour battery. That's the same price as a lot of people are charging for 100 amp hours. Buy the BMS separately. You can buy all the bits. You can buy cases. You can buy rack cases, because I like the rack batteries. They do chargers, panels, inverters, 48 volt systems, 24 volt systems, the big battery things that go on the wall. Quite like the look of them. But you can buy the cells. If you want to buy the 3.65 volt cells, 100 amp hours or whatever, you can buy the cells and you make your own battery bank. So you can buy all the stuff from them. What else was I going to mention? Completely gone blank. Oh yeah, right, this is it. The important stuff. So yesterday the battery turned up, made that video. I quickly went out to the shed because I like to go to work, reprogrammed the charge controller, told it what to do, put on the specifications of the battery, went off to work, came home. This is the bit that blew me away about lifepo4 batteries. Normally when I come home about midnight, the solar shed is reading 12.6. 12.6 on a good day. Could be 12.5, 12.4 on a bad day. 12.6 is about everything, average when I get home at midnight. Missus is in bed. The cat's licking its bits, and all that's on is the garden lights. We've got security lights in the garden which run off the solar system. 240 volt lights, not 12 volt, 240 volt lights. And when I come in, I'll cook my dinner, make a coffee, put myself down in the living room, put the light on from the solar shed, put the laptop on, sometimes charge a phone, a device, handheld radio, got a drop-in charger next to the sofa. And then the battery voltage drops from, say, fully charged at 12.6, it will drop to about 12.5, 12.4, depending on what the usage, because laptops use more power the more you do. So depending on what I'm doing, if I'm loading up editing software, it takes up more power. But I normally just watch a film, watch YouTube, have a dinner, and then watch a film. Sometimes I sit there and reply to comments, messages. But then from that point onwards, say it does drop to 12.5, 12.4, it then continues to drop. Every 10 minutes you glance at your phone and it's like 12.4, 12.3, 12.1, and that's it. I got in last night with this battery and it was on 13.7, because I remember waking the missus up to tell her,
That was. And I just kept repeating myself, 12.7, no, 13.7, sorry, 13.7. I came home and it was on 13.7 instead of 12.6. Made a coffee, sat down, got a laptop out, got a phone out, and I left my laptop on all night. And I deliberately stayed up all night to suck as much power out of this battery so I could physically see what it was doing. Had a coffee, started on the internet, had loads of tabs open, find out different things about batteries, different cells, and I know FA about these batteries. Right? I don't even want to admit or pretend. So pretend that I'm knowledgeable. So don't ask me the technical questions. I can measure it with a tape measure in inches, and that's about it. But all I know is the drop off is different. On lithium, so you got dead battery here. Instead of being at say 12 volt, it doesn't go like that, like a lead acid battery. Because you see the voltage dropping until it's dead. Because most of their power is stored at 10.5 volts, which is unusable. But lifepo4 batteries go all the way along and then drop down at the end. And I noticed this because at first it wouldn't drop off 13.7, and then it went down to 13.2, I think, after a few hours after the first film. Because I was sat on the laptop for a couple of hours, then I watched the film. Getting the lights on, it's a big lamp of high, medium, low, different brightness setters and stuff. And then, yeah, it dropped down. And I got to 5 hours. It was about 5 o'clock. We went to bed and the battery was on 12.7 something, which is flat. Shouldn't have really gone below 12.8, but under load, because when I turn it off, the inverter, or turn everything off, it will drop back up to 12.8. So it took me 5 hours to get to 12.8. Normally, my lead acid batteries are flat by that time. I normally have to just unplug the laptop. I don't normally have the laptop plugged in when I use it because it's charged, there's no point. When it flashes up low, I plug it back in. So don't normally constantly have my laptop on, trying to make this point because I mentioned it earlier. So I come home at night after work and normally I just unplug my laptop because it's been charged while I've been at work, and I use it until the battery's flat, then I plug it in again. But last night I left my laptop on 5 hours, the light on, light in the garden, stuff on charge. Got to 5 o'clock in the morning and I thought, this battery, what's the price? I forget already. £213 has lasted the same, probably a little bit longer because I wasn't pushing things, than the lead acid. Well, it's not that great. Then I realised it's a 100 amp hour lithium battery. It's 100 amp hours. The lead acid in the shed are 220 amp hours. That 100 amp hour battery done the same or better, because it still has life in it, and I've been pushing it all night. And like I said, I've turned everything up with the laptop, turn the brightness up, turn the performance up, left it plugged in constantly, so I was constantly sucking power. And then it didn't hit me till about 5 o'clock this morning when I went to bed, and I thought, yeah, that's just done the same as a 220 amp hour lead acid battery. It's like that is 2 and a bit times better. But yeah, people have always said to me, lithium batteries last longer, you can recycle them better. I think, I forget it now, the lead acid batteries I've got are not bad, they're good, they're popular, everyone knows them. I can't mention the name of the company I got them from, but I have done in the past. You can cycle them, use them, charge them, use them, charge them, use them, charge them, I don't know, 600 times, something like that. But this lithium, I can't remember what it is, I just might give a magic random number. Cycle times, I don't know, we'll say 1 million. It's not, it's like 6,000 or something like that. I can't find the bit where it says about the cycle life. Oh. Right, bear with me. I could have done that faster if I actually put my specs on. I don't need them for the screen. Yeah, cycle life here, it says here, 9,000 cycles. Even if you get 6,000 cycles, what's happened there? Yeah, my day off, I need to sort that out and my hair done. But yeah, you can get thousands. So you're paying more for a lithium battery because it lasts longer. You get twice or more the amount of power to use, because you can go down to about 20%, 10%. Even if you go to 30%, that's still better than a 50% lead acid battery. Before turn off, they contacted me through, let's open a new tab on Facebook, my Facebook group, DIY solar projects. There it is, DIY solar projects on Facebook. If you go on there, the main picture is this company that we can obtain batteries and cells and various other products. And when you message them about shipping or costs or building a battery or buying products, if you mention the Facebook group DIY Solar Projects UK, you'll get a discount. So like 15 quid, but to be fair, these batteries are half the price of anyone else anyway. Yeah, you get a discount. And if you're not in the UK and you don't have Facebook, just tell them that you saw an ad or recommendation on the group DIY Solar Projects UK. The group's been going for about 8 years. 8 years, and it's got over 10,000 followers. Lithium batteries, God, I'm going on too much. Right. See the links in the description below. I've said my bit. There's not much more I can say. Well, all I know is that I'm tired from being up all night watching 2 films just to try and drain the battery in the shed. Right, see you in the next video, and well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah. Ta-da.